The third report that I want to talk about in this series is an assessment of the rice sector in Myanmar that was published about a month ago. It was produced by Proximity Designs with support from Studio D. The complete report can be found on our website at i1p2p.com. Why such a huge focus on rice? Well, rice is a staple crop of Myanmar. It's by no means the only crop, but it's the foundational crop of Myanmar's agricultural industry, which accounts for a third of the country's GDP and exports by value and two-thirds of its employment. Prior to World War II, Myanmar was the world's top exporter of rice. Industry was devastated during the war, and the country has largely been mismanaged since. The recent transition of the country to a democratic government and the country's re-engagement with the rest of the world has opened up the possibility of Myanmar regaining its place as, if not the world's top exporter, definitely one of the world's top exporters of rice. But there's a lot of upgrades that need to be made in the overall value chain to make that happen, which is also why there are a lot of great investment opportunities right now. Proximity did an outstanding job putting this report together. And for me, the main takeaways as someone looking for high impact investment opportunities are the 22 opportunities that they detail in the report. The 7 that really grabbed my attention when I read the report are the lack of availability of affordable quality seed, the lack of good fertilizer, the opportunity for equipment rental and financing, the need for connections to markets, the need for specialized financial services, farmers' inability to capitalize on the markets, and also farmers' inability to make optimal choices due to their financial circumstances. So let me talk about some of these opportunity areas. And first of all, why is there a lack of affordable quality seed? The problem with seed availability is market inefficiency problems that boil down to basically a lack of information. There are an estimated 20 million acres of rice cultivation each year in Myanmar, so it's obviously a huge potential market for seed companies. It takes about 8 kgs of rice to plant an acre, and seed prices run from about $2.50 a kg on the low end to $5 a kg on the high end. So the potential rice seed market in Myanmar is between $160 and $320 million a year. The challenge for seed companies are, one, the fact that the seed can't be saved from year to year, so they either sell it or they lose it. And two, there's a complete lack of an established market. This is both an opportunity and a challenge. There's a huge potential market, but no established large-scale distribution system. Farmers don't have a history of buying quality seed, and there's also a lack of capital. And this is where we come into the picture. Because our business model is based on smartphones, we have the ability to, one, directly contact farmers and pre-sell quality seed, two, to provide the seed companies with both a map of the farmers' locations to facilitate their distribution, and also direct contacts for the farmers so they can communicate when the seeds have arrived and are ready to be picked up. And also, because we're a peer-to-peer lending platform, we can provide the financing to pay for the seed. In fact, we anticipate that the facilitation of seed and fertilizer markets will be one of our major revenue streams. For a 5% commission, we will pre-sell, finance, and map the distribution of their products, so the farmers get the quality seed and fertilizer they need, and the suppliers can safely scale their operations in what is otherwise a high-risk market. The second area that jumped out at me was equipment rental and financing. Another aspect of our business model is the fact that we're going to form small farmer co-ops of 8 to 12 families each. There's a lot of benefit to forming these groups of similar farmers. One is the fact that while it isn't economical to buy a piece of equipment for a 5.5 acre farm, which is the average in Myanmar, it does make good economic sense to buy a piece of equipment for 10 farmers that combined have 55 acres of rice. So by connecting the individual lender in the U.S. with 10 families, we create a win-win scenario where mechanization makes sense. So how are we addressing farmers' needs to connect to their markets? Well, we're connecting farmers to markets in 2 ways. First, as part of our business model, we're developing a mobile farmer market app that is simple to use, 100% in Burmese, and free for the farmers to download, share, and use. By giving farmers a convenient way to advertise what they have to buy or sell that is map-based, we will facilitate the local market and open up new revenue streams and opportunities for local farmers. Second, going back to our model of forming small groups of 8 to 12 farm families, we'll begin to give them access to economies of scale. By then combining several groups in a given area, we'll give the farmers the ability to buy and sell by the truckload size in advance via their smartphones, which will attract larger buyers and also improve buyers' profitability by enabling them to plan their delivery routes and reduce the time spent connecting with farmers. The last three areas that I mentioned, specialized financial services, capitalizing on markets and making optimal choices, we're going to address all three of these opportunities by facilitating mass customization of financial services. The basic problem that farmers face in these areas is the fact that financial services are currently one size fits all. This means they have to adjust their business plans to fit the loans that are available. We're going to facilitate the exact opposite. By connecting groups of farmers directly to individual lenders, they can work out the best deal together that fits the local situation. If a farmer can make an extra 10% by holding their rice an extra month after harvest until the price starts to go back up, then by extending the loan an extra month, the lender in the U.S. could make an additional 2% and the farmer could realize an additional 7% once the cost of storage is factored in. If the planting season's a bit out of sync with the rest of the country in a particular area due to its geography, the lender would simply adjust the dates of the loan as needed, which isn't currently possible. If a farmer wanted to diversify into a different crop or had the opportunity to grow two crops in a year instead of one, our model enables the lender to facilitate this.